there's a lot of different people out there to have a dram with. I'm not quite sure where to start. For me, and it's going to be a great cliche because we're sitting here at the distillery, but George Smith, I would be fascinated to know what he thinks of what's surrounding us here.
Yes, would be nice to have a dram. Though I still think sometimes I might be in awe of him because of the great man and what he went through. But I'd be fascinated to hear his stories. And would I measure up to him? You'd say, "You damned incomer from Dufton," you know. But I'd like him to taste the whiskey we make now to see that he's well satisfied that we've continued that legacy right through.
One of my heroes was Robert Burns, a fellow Ayrshire, who wrote extensively about his love of Scotland, of the female form and of Scotch whisky. Not necessarily in that order. Okay, he was a customs officer when he passed away, but I'm not going to hold that against him. But a remarkable man just the same.
Some of the people that I'd like to sit down and enjoy a dram is Gorbachev, who's changed the world that I've lived in. But he probably knows now.
No, there's certainly no doubt he changed the world. And did he do that sitting there contemplating a whiskey, or did he sit with a group of advisors and saying, "How do I do this?"
I'm sure coming from Russia, he'll enjoy a good spirit. So I maybe take him in the line of whiskey.
For me, it's more the writers, the talkers, the people who go out there and travel around, the Brysons, the Alistair Cooks, the Paul Theroux of this world that mean a lot to me. I do a huge amount of reading when I'm travelling, just to understand and get under their skin and see what makes them tick.
Probably might like to speak to John Burney, he built his own distillery. He's distantly related to myself. There was one of the guys in Barnard's book, he's distantly related. I'd love to speak to those guys and their influences. Was their influences similar to myself?
No, we talked about George Smith earlier. Fire John Corr.
Yes, he's the boy who gave us the recipe, wasn't it?
8 balls of malt to make aqua vitae. It's Exchequer Roll 311 at Edinburgh Castle. Where did he learn his distilling? Let's take him a dram of what we make today and see how it compares with what he was making 600 years ago.
That's right. We come to a more modern era. The Captain, Bill Smith Grant, he was asked, and it's on record, they asked him what made Glenlivet different. Question that I'm endlessly asked, and he says, a certain fiddle-faddle factor, and that's my secret. The fiddle-faddle factor, that makes the Glenlivet special. So there's another interesting guy we could have a dram with.
I look forward to translating that into Japanese or Chinese. I'll see how that works.